We had completed the Sangya Prakaranam. Just a quick review. What is Sarveshwara? Anyone?
All the vowels.
All the vowels. Okay. What is Ananta? What is Harikamala?
Ananta.
Okay. Kachatatapa. Yes, Ananta.
Yeah.
Kalam.
Ananta is the first half or first six of the vowels.
Yeah. Right. Okay. What are the?
Can I show you something?
Sorry.
Can I show you something?
Okay. Just a second. After this. Right.
Okay.
What is Vishnu Dasa? Vishnu Dasa.
Venu minus.
Okay, the Vargas excluding the Harivenu.
Yes.
I hope that's not the posters in front of you, Prabhu. Okay.
No.
What's Vaishnava? And this is not the question from Chaitanya's exam. Vaishnava Ki. Who are the Vaishnavas, and Mahaprabhu gives different answers on different occasions. Okay. Haribo.
The first two columns.
Okay, so Shrestha Sakhi Mataji is Vishnu Das and Harigotras. So Vishnu Das Harigotrani Vaishnava. So Vishnu Das plus Harigotras equals to the Vaishnava. Right. Okay. That was nice. Maybe others are shy. That's not a problem. When it will be a written thing, then everyone will have to do something there. Okay, I think all of us have that PDF, right? From which we are studying.
Yes.
So in the PDF, if you just scroll down to the bottom, there is one page. Okay, I'll share this page with you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I just joined today, so I don't actually have that PDF.
I'll just share with you, Mother.
Thank you. Oh, actually, I do have it. Sorry.
You have it?
Yes, the one with the picture of the Goswamis, yeah?
Right.
Okay, yeah, I have. Thank you. Where are we looking right now?
We're just looking at each other right now, and we'll be looking in a second.
Which? Oh, in a second. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Okay. I've shared one image with you, everyone in the group. So just maybe you can check it out, everyone. This is like a test for Sangya. Like columns are given there, like boxes with the different groups of letters. Basically, you have to identify them and name it. With the question mark there and two dots there. So Okay, so please do it and try to do it after you have studied the Sangha. It's like a self-assessment, you can say. Okay. So we'll begin with Sandhis today, and you will be happy to hear also. Would be like a bonus for everyone, and I think this is the first batch I'm doing this. So we'll also learn sentence formations from the beginning on, like in Sanskrit, sentence formations, uh, the vocabulary, the sentences, and all. Okay, so of course we will not discuss much about those sentence formation part in the classes. Would be more of homeworks. So I'll be giving study materials for that, like not together everything, bit by bit, and we'll explain you how to do that, and then you can carry that. It will be easy. It's just that it will demand everyone to know Devanagari script. I believe everyone knows Devanagari Lipi. Is there someone here who doesn't know the Devanagari script? Everyone knows Devanagari Lipi script?
Sort of. I kind of have a basics. Yes. I
Okay.
did your course last time,
Uh-huh.
the basic one, but hopefully I'll pick up.
I still don't know, Prabhuji. I'm learning,
Okay, right, you're learning. Yes. So, okay, for those who know it, will be easy for you. And those who do not know the Devanagari, please continue with it. And then wherever you get even problem in Devanagari Lipi, like some combined consonants and whatever, you can let me know and we can figure it out. So it will also help us to learn the Devanagari also. Okay, Mataji. Mataji.
Okay, Prabhu, thanks.
Prabhu also. So would be helpful in learning Devanagari as well. So we'll discuss more about the sentence formation part towards the end. Let's begin with the Sandhis. So Chitralekha Mataji, we had studied the Sangyas. So that's the first part of the first chapter. So that's basically about the different terminologies, the different names which Jiva Goswami gives to different groups of alphabets. So you can go through the recordings, the link I've shared with you. It's around 32 sutras for that part. So we'll begin with the Sandhis today. Okay. Again, just to let you know again that if there is any question or anything you want us to share, ask related to the topic which we are doing, so you can just be frank and just say it out, ask it whenever you ask. It's not like towards the end on take questions. Sandhi Prakaranam. So Sandhis, which means the phonetic combinations. So what are Sandhis basically? Sandhis, as per Jiva Goswami's statement, Varano Vikarah Sandhi Syat. Sarva Prakarana Vyapi Varna Matra Nimittakaha Varno Vikarah Sandhi Syat Vishayapekshakah Kvachit. Sandhi is the transformation of a varna, of a letter, and is only caused by a varna, a letter. And Sandhi pervades all the prakaranas. Basically, prakarana means a chapter. So Sandhi happens everywhere. There is no place where Sandhi doesn't happen. In every aspect of Sanskrit grammar, anywhere, Sandhi is must. Sandhi is all prevailing. And Sandhi simply means Varna Vikara. Varna Vikara means transformation of Varna. So Sandhi basically means Varna Vikara. So that means transformation of a letter. Of a letter or of letters could be single or double or whatever. Sandhi in general also means alliance, right? If you have heard of different pastimes, different kathas, history from Mahabharata, Ramayana, and so on. The kings, even nowadays also, different countries they come together. Like in India, we have this G20, right? G20 running. We just had it. So different countries they try to do alliance with different countries, trade alliance, and so on. So these are all sandhis, coming up, patching up for some purpose. Even kings in the past, they would do sandhis, make alliance with other kings in order to extend their jurisdiction, the power, and so on. Duryodhan did alliance with their enemy, the enemy of Kuru dynasty. Who was it? The Jayadratha? The Sindhu Naresh, the Sindhu Pradesh, Sindhu. So he got his sister married to the enemy, Jayadratha. Why? Just because he wanted to have more power by having the Sindhu Pradesh, the region of Sindhu, the king of Sindhu with him, so that in future, whenever the fight would take place, so would be helpful for him. So sandhis happen everywhere. So even here in grammar, we have sandhis. So when two letters they come together, so there happen sandhis. Now, first of all, there are three kinds of sandhis. The first kind is the Sarveshwara Sandhi. Sarveshwara Sandhi means when Sandhi happens between vowels. Sarveshwara stands for vowels. For example, let's say Krishna and Arjuna, two words are there. I'm using this plus sign just to show that we are merging two words. Okay, when we are merging two words, doesn't literally mean here that the meanings of the two words are also merging. It's not necessary while doing the sandhis. That would be the part of samasa, the compounds, the chapter on samasa. This is simply sandhi and we are just merging two letters. The two letters are the last letter of the first word, like of Krishna here, and the first letter of the second word. So sandhi happens between these two letters always. So Sarveshwara Sandhi stands for the combination of vowels. So Krishna and Arjuna, and by a further Sandhi rule, it would become both the would come together and change into the Trivikrama A and would become the long A, right? And then it would be ultimately written like Krishna Arjuna. This is a very basic Sandhi, just for an example. So this is Sarveshwara Sandhi. Okay. Also, one more insight into why sandhis are kept first for the other chapters. Let's enter more deeper into the subject. Let's say we have a verse. Let's say Arjuna. Let's say Dhritarashtra Vacha. Okay, Dhritarashtra. And then the very first verse, Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, Ityadi. Samaveta, and so on. So whenever we are looking at a Sanskrit text, so there are steps which we have to take care of while studying that Sanskrit text. It could be a simple prose, like like commentaries, but it could be in poetry form, like the shlokas. So the shlokas are like poetry called padya, right? Uh, like 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 poetry, like my poems in English, so on. And the gadyas are the just simply the running Sanskrit text, just paragraphs, simple sentences.
Prose, you mean? Prose,
Yeah, the
right?
prose. Yeah, it's the prose form. Like in fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, it's just all running Sanskrit text. The commentaries, and so on. So Padya and Gadya. Okay. So anything you study, so the very first thing which we have to take care of is we study the Sanskrit very carefully, because even a matra we miss there, we miss the whole meaning, right? And I've seen many devotees, even many people, they really skip some matras, some words. For example, let me give an example. This is one word versus, okay, what is the difference between the two words here?
So the Karana, the first one doesn't have the emphasis on the A.
Right. Okay. Very basic and small change. It's the first one has the short a Vamana a, whereas the second one has the Trivikrama a, the long a. So Karana and Karana. Okay. The first one, Karana uh, is used like instrumental, not ears. Ears would be Karana. There will not be. So this is ears for Vishwa language. So Karana means instrument. Okay. So now if someone just skips that little change, so he could flip the meaning, right? Now the first Karana means instrument. For example, I'm eating with my hand. So my hand is Karana, an instrument, in accomplishing the act of eating. So that's the Karana, my hand. And Karana means the cause. So, like, the Lord is the cause of creation. So the Lord is the Karana of the creation. So there is a different meaning for both the words. But if someone skips, and let's say now if there is a running text where Karana comes in, and someone takes Karana as Karana, now he would understand Karana as cause, and he would altogether flip the meaning from instrument to cause, right? So that would change the meaning. So the point is, the very first step, while how you say that, yeah, while reading any Sanskrit thing, would be reading the text properly. So my teacher, my Shiksha Guru, Vidwan Param Sundar, so basically I started reading with him initially when I was studying. So he's very senior. So what I noticed, what uh, uh, the Sanskrit guys really do is, when they come across any Sanskrit text, they really read it very slowly, like in Hindi we say chaba chaba ke padna, which means they really chew each and every word. They really take care of what the word is. So basically the first point is reading the text properly. Then the second point comes of splitting up the sandhis. Now splitting up the sandhi means example 1, Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Now sandhi has already happened in the Sanskrit text, whatever we are reading. Now we have to undo the sandhi, which is called sandhi vicheda or the pada vicheda, splitting up the sandhi. So here we'll have to split up the sandhi and it would be Dhritarashtra and Uvacha. These are the two words. Could you see the difference? So we have this Vishnu Sarga or the Sarga here, the H with the dot below, which was deleted by some Sandhi rule and it was there in the main verse. Another example could be the very first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, the very first phrase, Janmad Yasya, right? Now here, splitting up the sandhis would be Janma is one word, Adi is second word, Asya is third word, and so on. So this is the second step, that in order to figure out the words, different words, we have to take those words out of the sandhis, splitting up the sandhis. And then the third point, the third step comes of, after we have identified the different words, now identifying the cases, the tense, the vachana, the gender, etc. And also, of course, the meaning, etc. of the different words, right? Ultimately, whatever we are reading, the main purpose is to know the meaning of what we are reading, right? So this is just a process of how we can do that. Reading the text properly so that we do not miss anything, because Sanskrit is very detailed and fine language. Second, splitting up the sandhis so that we can take out different words. Then the third step would be whether they are nouns, whether they are verbs, pronouns, etc. Identifying each and every one of them, which case is that, which tense, which gender, which vachana, and what's the meaning independently. And then stringing the meaning together, of everything, which would make a complete sense of that sentence. So sandhis really play a very important role into moving ahead. So that's why sandhi is kept at the very first place in the grammar, because it's even in the process of studying scriptures or any Sanskrit text. Yes, Vishnu Kalyan Goswami.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, for example, to be Janmadyasya, when you
Right.
split the sandhi, so I feel that a person who already knows that there are three words in it, Janma, Adi, Asya, he will be able to split it, right? Because otherwise, how will you identify where is the sandhi between two words? In other
Right.
words, unless your vocabulary is super good, I think that's a prerequisite, right?
Okay. So actually, the bonus part which we were discussing, the sentence formation thing. So I'm purposefully trying to implement that because we'll really gain a lot of vocabulary from there.
Okay.
Yeah, because vocabulary is must. Because if let's say someone doesn't know the word Janma itself, the word Adi, the word Asya, how come he's gonna split up the words?
Correct.
Yeah, so vocabulary is must. That's why I'm trying to implement it. Second way, or the second method is also there. Like first, so this is a dictionary here. I should become a brand ambassador for this dictionary. I really promote it every day. So this is actually golden dict. You cannot note it down. Golden Dick. I also shared the name in the chat box. Golden. Please download this Golden Dick dictionary on your system. It would be empty. Then you will need few files to insert within the platform, and then you can run it. So basically, let's say you come across this Janmadhyasya, so this part, right? And now you have to figure out, and you do not know the vocabulary. Let's assume you do not know any vocabulary, and now you are here to split up the sandhis to identify the different words. Now you will have to guess. The guessing game would begin here. Janmadhyasya. So okay, let's say Janma, right? Janma. Okay, Janma is here. Janma is here. Janma means birth. Janman. So personally, I did that. One thing was, like in my case, I was reading Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavatam on a daily basis, so I already gained many words. Second is because Hindi is our mother tongue, so Hindi is very close to Sanskrit, so we already know many words. But still, whenever I would, stuck, I would just come to dictionary. I still come to the dictionary because Sanskrit is very vast. We get lot of words, new words every now and then. Just type it here. Janma. Okay, we find Janma. What's Adi? Let's look for Adi. Is it Adi making any sense? Okay, Adi means something, and like that. So, and this dictionary is also helpful otherwise to knowing the meanings. So please download the dictionary and then please insert this file within the platform. Okay, I've shared the file in the group. It's there already. Madhukar Prabhu, I think you must be using this dictionary, right?
Sorry. I actually, no, I'm not using. I have a Mac computer, and I usually just use wisdomlib.org and sanskritdictionary.com.
Acha, acha. But this is an offline version, so it's also good. Very nice. I've been using this personally 8-9 months. Okay, that's fine. Okay, devotees, what you have to do now is after downloading Golden Dick platform, so then okay, first download it. Also download this file which I have given to you. Then tomorrow I'll tell you how to use it, how to actually install and then start using it. It's very easy. It's offline thing and very detailed. Moner Williams dictionary.
Which file, Prabhu? Which file?
I've shared one in the WhatsApp group. Madhu.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So just download both and tomorrow we'll set it up in our system. Okay. So Vishwakalantu, for the vocabulary thing, one thing is the sentence formation part and the stuffs I would be sharing, and the second thing would be the dictionary. Just come there, scroll different words, and then cross-checking with someone who knows.
Yes.
Who is not already in that field. That could also be an option.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah, so that was the importance of knowing the sandhis. So knowing the sandhis is important, right? We do not know the words, we can't proceed further practically. So 3 kinds of sandhis coming back. First, the Sarveshwara sandhis, the sandhis between the vowels. Second, okay, so Madhukar Prabhu has also shared this 2 links. You can also check them out. The second is the Vishnu Jana sandhis. So the Vishnu Jana sandhis are the sandhis between the consonants. So Vishnu Jana stands for the consonants in Harinama with the Vyakarana. For example, let's say Bhagavad Gita. Now we have the here at the end. So sandhi happens between the last letter of the first word and the first letter of the second word. Okay. So and this go here. So by a further rule in Vishnu Jana Sandhi, this Tarama would change into. So Tarama belongs to which Varga? By the way, Tarama belongs to which Varga? Out of those 5 Vargas. Ta Varga, Cha Varga, Ta Varga, and so on. It's very easy. It belongs to.
Its own varga, the varga.
Yeah, it belongs to Ta Varga. Okay. Now, what would be the Hari Gada of Ta Varga?
Good.
What?
Ga.
I'm sorry.
The.
Ga is the Hari Gada of Ka Varga. So basically the third letter is the Hari Gada. So the would be the Hari Gada of Ta Varga, right? So by a further rule, this Ta
Good.
of Bhagavad would change into Hari Gada of its own Varga. So basically it will become Bhagavad Gita, as we see in our Gita, the books. So it becomes Bhagavad Gita. So that's it's the Vishnu Jana Sandhi. I'm just giving an example for each. There are many more sandhis in each section. Okay. Then the third one and the last one is the Vishnu Sarga Sandhi. So Vishnu Sarga stands for the Visarga. In Devanagari script, it's the 2 dots like Krishnaha, Ramaha, and in English, the Roman, it's the H with a dot underneath. So in Vishnu Sarga Sandhi, the example could be, let's say, Matihi Mama. Matihi Mama. So here we have this Vishnu Sarga, right? The Visarga. Now by a further rule, this Vishnu Sarga changes into Ra Rama. Ra Rama. So it becomes Matir Mama. Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. It's in Bhagavad Gita, right? What's the verse? Tatra Yatra Tatra Tatra Shri Vijaya Bhutir and then Matir Mama. Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. So this Vishnu Sarga changes into this Ra Rama by Vishnu Sarga Sandhi rule sutra, which will come ahead. So these are the 3 kinds of sandhis.
Haring Prabhu.
Ji Prabhuji.
The Prabhuji, Vishnu Chakra and Vishnu Chapa falls under which category then?
Vishnu. Okay, the Vishnu Chakra Sandhi related to that. So it will come in Vishnu Jana Sandhi.
Vishnu Jana. It comes
Vishnu.
under all?
Actually, see, the Vishnu Chakra is basically Ma Rama. So Ma Rama changes into Vishnu Chakra. So Ma is Vishnu Jana, right? So that comes under Vishnu Jana, and also the Vishnu Chapa, that also comes under Vishnu Jana Sandhi section.
Okay.
Okay, so these were the 3 kinds of sandhis: Sarveshwara Sandhi, Vishnu Jana Sandhi, and Vishnu Sarga Sandhi. So we'll begin with Sarveshwara Sandhi now. Okay, now one more thing. In the previous class, we had studied about the 3 kinds of operations, the processes, right? The karyas. The karya vidhis. What were they? Quickly. In English, we can say first one was like substitution. Second was insertion. And then the third one was deletion. right? Right. So in all these three, we have the example of substitution. In the third one, if you see, this Vishnu Sarga got replaced or substituted by Rama, right? We replaced it. In the second one also, this Rama was replaced or rather substituted by the Rama. So again, an example of the first one. And in the first one also, both the Ramas together, they were replaced or substituted with the long Rama. So examples for insertion and deletion will also come in the sandhis. So three kinds of sandhis, and in those three kinds of sandhis, when we are combining the letters, when the letters are coming in contact, either of these three vidhis, the operations, the processes could take place, depending on what the sutra wants, what the rule is saying, what the formula is saying. So sutra, in simple words, we can understand like a formula in mathematics or in any other subject. Okay, shall we start with the first sandhi or anything before that?
Bro, there is a small request also. If you can write that sandhis in Devanagari also, then it will help a lot. If
Which,
possible.
the Sarveshwara sandhi and all, or the examples?
No, whatever example you are explain that.
Acha,
Yeah,
acha, examples. Okay, okay. One second.
if possible. Hereafter you can write, bro. This is fine, bro.
Okay, I'll write here afterwards.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay. So, okay, we'll begin with the first one today. Sutra 42nd. Dashavatara ekatmake militva trivikrama. So this sutra says, when a Dashavatara, what's a Dashavatara? Now, I think Shri Mataji's name, Shri Sakhi Mataji, you were asking, right? Shrestha Gopi Mataji. You were Shrestha Sakhi Mataji. You were asking like what's the usage, the utility of different sangyas, the groups. So Dashavatara ekatmake militva trivikrama. So what's the Dashavatara? Now it's coming up. What's the Dashavatara?
First 10 vowels.
The first 10 vowels, okay. When a Dashavatara is followed by its ekatmaka, it joins with the ekatmaka and becomes trivikrama. It sounds a bit typical, but it's very easy. The language, for example, just look here, Krishna and Agre. Krishna and Agre, these are two words. Now Krishna ends with Rama and Agre begins with another Rama. Now is the first of Krishna, is this a Dashavatara?
Yes, bro.
It is.
Yes.
It is a Dashavatara, okay? Just try to understand. Now, is the second at the beginning of Agre, is that second an ekatmaka of Rama, of the previous Rama?
Yes.
It is. Okay, now I think I showed you the possibilities. We have these five. Yeah, okay, let me show it again quickly. A, E, U, Tri,
Dvaya, Udvaya.
Ri, and Ri. Okay. We have these five different groups or pairs. Now, and A together, they are ekatmakas. Ekatmaka means they are one letter, but just two different forms. Just like Radha and Krishna, they are one soul, Ekatma, but still they divided themselves into two forms, two bodies, as per Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Or another example could be Lord Vamana. He came to ask, to beg alms from Bali Maharaj as a very, dwarf, the small form, in the small form, which was called Vamana. But the same Vamana Rupa, the same Vaman Dev, he expanded himself afterwards and he became Trivikrama. So the same Lord, but different forms and different names. Similarly, A and A or E and so on, all these five pairs. So both the letters A and A and so on. So they are equals. They are the same, just different forms. Now, when we say they are ekatmakas, so it has four possibilities. That the possibilities are A is equal to A, that we know. A is equal to A is equal to the long A, and long A is equal to short A. Either of these possibilities could be there in the sandhis. So now in our example, Krishna and Agre. Krishna Agre. It's the first possibility, right? Short A plus the short A. So this first A is a Dashavatara, right? And the second A is an Ekatmaka of the first A, right? There is no doubt about that. The second A is an Ekatmaka of the first A. Now the sutra says, when a Dashavatara is followed by its Ekatmaka, it joins with the Ekatmaka and becomes Trivikrama. So now this Dashavatara A will join with the Ekatmaka with its Ekatmaka, and then it will become Trivikrama. So what would be the Trivikrama now? The long A. And writing it together, clubbing it, so it would be Krishnagre. An example for this could be, let's say, Radha Agata. Radha ending with the long A and Agata beginning with the long A. So the first A is the Dashavatara, yes, and the second A is an Ekatmaka of the first A. Agreed. So they will come together and become the Trivikrama version of themselves. So now the Trivikrama version is the long A itself. So it would become a single A because now both of them merged, right? So it would become Radha Gata. An example for this could be, let's say, an example for the third possibility. Just a random example we could make.
Nigama Agama.
Okay, good. Nigama, Agama. So Nigama ends with the short A, whereas Agama begins with a long A, Trivikrama A. So the first A is the Shavatara, and then we have its Ekatmaka following. So both of them, they become the Trivikrama version of their own pair, right? Like Trivikrama of the first pair would be A, the second pair would be the long E, and so on. So it would become Nigama Gama. So this one. Nigama Gama. And fourth, what would be the fourth one? The fourth one could be let's just
Mahisha Asura.
okay, Mahisha and Asura. So Mahisha ends with the long A, Asura begins with the short one. So A is a Dashavatara, and this A is now followed by its Ekatmaka. So both of them will be merged and replaced with the long A. So it would become Mahisha Sura. So an example for each of the possibility. Is that clear?
So in short, if the sandhi is between ekatmakas, the result will always be trivikram.
Right. Very simple.
Simple.
Yeah. If sandhis are between the ekatmakas, then the result would be trivikrama. Any question here in this one?
Irrespective of their combination.
Yeah, irrespective of their combination, it should be just Dashavatara followed by its Ekatmaka, and then Sandhi will take.
Yeah.
Now, this was just for Advaya group. Now the second one is like Hari, Yukt or plus Iti. So the same thing happens, four possibilities in each of the group. So Hari and Iti. So Hari, Iti. So what would happen here? E Rama is a Dashavatara followed by its Ekatmaka. So both of them would be replaced with the Trivikrama version. So that's the long E. So it would become Hari, E. Like that. Hari. Like in Janmadhyasya, we just did Janma and Adi. So we had the short right? And followed by the long A. So both of them merged, Sandhi happened. So we got Janmadi, we just saw that, Janmadi. This Sandhi is very common, very common. So for Idvaya also the same rule. Any possibility. For Udvaya also the same rule. One second. Yeah, so for example, I'm sorry. Asti.
Purushottama?
Yeah, 1 second. No, that's different. Asti iti. So asti and iti. So E Rama followed by another E, which is a Katmaka of the first one. So it would become asti iti. Giri, Ishah, right? So the first E, which is Adashavatara, then followed by its Ekatmaka, then comes together, merge the Trivikrama version, so becomes Girishah. Muni, Indraha becomes
Indra.
Munindraha. Okay, I want to share one thing. I'm also doing something with one more. He's a kid. I'll share this with you as a homework. This is for the first sutra which we are doing now. Okay, let me share this file with you. So I've shared this file. So this is page number 45 of this file. One thing in this file is, okay, first of all, so the second, so Advaya, Idvaya, for also Udvaya also the same thing, right? For example, Sadhu, Uktam. Sadhu, Uktam. So sadhu ends with u, Rama, followed by another u. It's ekatmaka, so both of them are replaced with the trivikrama u. So sadhu tam, right? And so on. So this page 45, which I've shared, please do these 16 sandhis. Now, here also we have this advanced thing, which we should do. Now, if you see the first one, it's nasti. Let's take it here, bring it here, nasti. Now, when we will study the shlokas or any running Sanskrit text, we won't see like this, right? We will see the final form where sandhis have been done. And we will be supposed to be splitting up the sandhis. So that for that purpose, we also need to practice, right? So nasti is an example. The second part is an example for this. Resolve the sandhi, resolve the sandhis. So nasti, here we'll have to identify the two words and split them apart. So for this, you can actually guess here, no problem, because vocabulary is, yeah, it would be na and asti. So in the second part, you can guess, it could be wrong, right, whatever, but please attempt the second part also, resolving the sandhis, because ultimately we are required to do this. The second is like ihapi. So ihapi, the two words are iha and api. Likewise, so in the second part, you can guess the vocabulary. You can guess, okay, this could be the word, or this could be the word. Of course, the words should mean something. It's not that we just do the sandhi vicheda, split up the words randomly, and the words do not have any meaning. We can't do that. But initially, okay, let's give it a try. Okay. So this is page 45 of this file, which I have shared with you. So, and then it also applies to, because it applies for the Dashavataras, so it also applies for Ritvaya and it's Ekatmaka. So Nara Bhratri plus Rishi. So Ri is a Dashavatara followed by its Ekatmaka, so it becomes Trivikrama. Bhratri Shihi. Same for Ri and its Ekatmaka, so it becomes the Trivikrama version. Gamal Ri Kara. Okay. Okay, that's all for today. This rule, Dashavatar, Ekatmake, Militva, Trivikrama. And this sandhi is also known as Dirgha Sandhi. Trivikrama is Dirgha in other grammars, so they also call it Dirgha Sandhi in short. Okay, any question here?
Prabhu, I have a question regarding the previous classes. In the book 66 number page, I am not understanding a commentary where the pronunciation of Anuswara was, yeah, this para in some books with the Vishnu Chakra. Can you please explain it?
Okay, this will cover in when we'll come to the Vishnu Jana Sandhi, right? The second. So Sarveshwar Sandhi, then the Vishnu Jana Sandhi. So there are two sutras for this Vishnu Chakra stuff. So we'll discuss this Sandhi there. So just remind me there. Because there will cover two sutras regarding this part, this section here. Then we'll explain for this paragraph.
Okay, Prabhu, thank you.
Prabhuji, you said to do a second test of Samdhanjana. Is that right? You sent a test. Please complete this, you said.
Right, right. Yeah, so basically this is the sangyas which we had studied in the previous chapters, previous classes. So
Oh, okay. I
yeah, so
missed
this
it.
is so this is on that. So this is one thing. Few homeworks. One is the test, the Sangya test. Second assignment is this, download the dictionary and the file which I have shared here. The third one is just the Sandhi page 45 of that book which I've shared. Just do these three things today, and then tomorrow we'll resume. Okay. Already three stuffs are there. Otherwise, I would have given something from the sentence formation part. But we'll give this maybe tomorrow, if not today. Would be too much. So then we will have a week, to go through. Okay, if nothing else, we'll stop here and we'll resume tomorrow. Also, great thanks to our Vishwa Kalyan Gaur Prabhuji. He sponsored this the Zoom Pro version. Thank you, Prabhu, for your kind gesture. We'll resume tomorrow. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavata Pranam.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.